Otra estudiantes, todos ¿trabajas?
Están
¿O
trabajando, sí.
trabajamos?
Trabajando. Están trabajando.
Trabajando.
Sí,
Oh,
y también tuve más estudiantes en la mañana, a las
mm,
11. Ujú. Y ahora esta clase está solo contigo, ahora.
sí.
Ujú. Ok, bueno, hoy quiero hacer dos interacciones, ¿ok? Primero
Okay.
vamos a hacer una de la ciudad y después vamos a hacer una del mercado, ¿ok?
Okay.
Ok, ahora, ¿puedes leer la situación?
Emily se encuentra en el centro de la Ciudad de México y necesita llegar a la estación de autobuses. ¿Autobuses?
Ujú.
Ok. Para tomar un autobús a Puebla,
Excelente.
decide pedir ayuda en un local.
Ok, ¿lista?
Sí.
Perfecto.
Soy
Tú eres
Emily.
Emily. Ujú, muy bien.
Ok. Hola, disculpa, ¿puedes ayudarme?
Buenas tardes, señorita. Claro, ¿en qué puedo ayudarle?
Estoy buscando la estación de autobuses. ¿Sabes cómo puedo llegar?
Sí, la estación de autobús está un poco lejos de aquí, pero puede llegar fácilmente en metro o en taxi.
Preferiría ir en metro. ¿Dónde está la estación más cercana?
La estación de metro más cercana es Hidalgo. Desde aquí, camine 2 cuadras hacia el norte por esta calle. Luego, gire a la derecha en la avenida Reforma. La entrada al metro estará a su izquierda.
¿Y qué línea debo tomar para llegar a la estación de autobuses?
Desde Hidalgo, tome la línea 2, la línea azul, en dirección a Tasqueña. Baje en la estación Pino Suárez y haga transbordo en la línea 1, la línea rosa, en dirección a Pantitlán. Luego, baje en la estación San Lázaro. La estación de autobuses está justo al lado.
Entiendo. ¿Cuánto tiempo tomará aproximadamente?
Aproximadamente 30 minutos, dependiendo del tráfico en el metro.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias por tu ayuda.
De nada, señorita, que tenga un buen viaje. Ok, vamos a hablar de las palabras aquí, Sara. Ok,
Sí.
vamos a hablar de esta palabra. ¿Qué es llegar?
It is, oh, I feel like I'm going to say this wrong. It's to arrive, correct?
Excelente, sí, muy
Okay.
bien,
Yeah, it's to arrive.
muy bien, muy bien. How would you ask someone if they can help you?
¿Puedes ayudarme?
Very good. And what would you say? How can I help you?
¿Cómo ayudarme?
So, how can
No,
I
it's
help you?
te.
Ujú.
I,
Muy
because it's
bien,
not me, it's te. So is it
exacto.
ayudarte?
Very good.
Okay.
¿Cómo puedo ayudarte? Would
Oh,
be
I
how
forgot puedo. ¿Cómo
¿Cómo
puedo?
puedo ayudarte? And the text here offers an alternative, okay? Which is this one, all right? So you could say either one. Now this
Okay.
one is slightly more formal with that le, okay?
Okay.
And that te is a little bit less formal,
Okay. In
okay?
NK versus Como, is NK how?
Like in what can I help you?
And what can I? Oh, so it's just a more formal way too to
In a
say how.
way, yeah. And the other
Okay.
one's just how, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Now, how would you ask someone? Do you know how I can get to a place? Do you know how I can get to a place?
Is it the sabes cómo puedo llegar?
Perfecto, very good. How would you say I am looking for?
Yo buscando, um,
Estoy buscando.
estoy buscando, yeah, I guess, yeah, like la estaciones de autobuses. Estoy and soy are hard for me to like. I have to remember.
Ah,
It's
okay.
yo estoy is like what's happening now. Yo is like it's something you always are.
Estoy is more of a word that we use when it is something that is temporary. Like I am working, I am traveling, I am drinking coffee. Now, something more permanent would be more like I am Mexican, I am dark skinned, I am a blonde. So stuff
Hmm.
like that, right? Now that's permanent. So that is the difference
Okay.
between soy and estoy. Now, anything that you might do, Sarah, for example, working, studying, traveling, all of these ing things like swimming, dancing, eating, all of these ing things, they're happening for a period of time, right? And then they stop happening. So like they are temporary. They happen for a while and then we do something else. All of them, without a single exception, whenever you have an ing tense, you will always, always, always use estoy.
Okay.
So I am searching for something, estoy buscando.
Okay. That makes sense.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
So, another thing that I want to do before moving on is sabes. This is very important because it's do you know, right? Sabes, do you know how I can do this? Do you know where I can find? Do you know how I can get to, etc. Okay, now let me take out this one. And what would happen if I do say sabe instead of sabes?
Sabe is I know, or is it saying no? It's saying you know, not do you know, but you know.
No, it's pretty much the exact same thing. It could be you know or do you know, depending on how you pronounce it, like the tone, like sabes or sabes. One makes it more of a question.
Oh,
But the difference is
okay.
when if I take the S out, it's not really about the meaning changing. It's actually just about being more formal. So if you take the S out, you're being more formal. You're addressing that person in a more formal way. Um,
Oh,
Ideally, when you use this without the S, you are probably referring to someone like, I don't know, maybe someone who's older, like your elders, right? Authorities as well. It could be like, I don't know, police or something like that. So usually you want to use a little bit more of a formal jargon with people like that, right? Um, it is really up to your perspective. It's really up to how you feel, to what's best for you in terms of like what you feel that suits your personality best. Um, for example, Colombians, you always use usted, the formal way by default. But us Mexicans, it really depends. So me, I actually don't really use it that much. Unless it's like, someone I feel like that it's more of a formal setting, but otherwise I don't really use the formal ways. How does
okay.
it work? So if you ever want to use the formal ways, you know how to conjugate a verb? For example, como, which is I eat, and then comes, which is you eat.
See.
Now, if you want to make it formal, you just take the S out. So whenever you have a verb, that's all you need to do. Just take the S out.
Okay.
Okay? So, ¿sabes cómo puedo llegar? Do you know how can I get to or arrive? Okay. Sí, la estación. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Okay. Now I would like you, Sarah, to tell me how to say both far and near.
Okay, let's see. Trying to remember because we talked about this.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm trying to read to give context because I feel like we talked about it in here too.
Mhm.
Let's see. I don't remember.
Okay, so cerca is close and lejos is far.
Okay.
Okay, now if
Cerca.
if I say cercana, what do you think it means with that sort of structure?
Like a little close.
Not
It's not
necessarily.
eco. It's just
Like
yeah. I've never
nearby,
done.
nearest,
Oh, okay.
closest.
So it's like saying it's closer than something else.
Hmm. No,
Cer
no, 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 no. Like it's referring to something. So here it's referring to the nearest station.
Oh, the nearest station. Okay, that makes
Yes.
sense. Cercana. And then the furthest would be, how would you say that?
And the furthest,
Mm-hmm.
la, la estación más lejana, let's say.
Más lejana. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
más lejana. Yeah, the furthest away. Okay, very good. Now, what is fácilmente?
I know fácil is easy.
Very good.
So fácilmente.
Mhm.
Mm. Oh, okay. Let me look at it in this sentence. With a what you're able to easiest? The easiest way?
Easily.
Easily. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay, very good. Um, what is está un poco lejos de aquí? What is that está in there?
está un poco lejos de aquí, la estación. What is the está?
Ujú. La estación está un poco
That
lejos de aquí.
is. Like está would be that is.
Is, yeah. Mhm.
It just is. Okay.
Yeah, is. Mhm. And what is
Okay.
un
Yeah.
poco?
A little.
A little, very good. Very good. Preferiría ir al metro. What do you think that is? Preferiría.
I prefer.
I would prefer.
I would
Prefer.
prefer.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that ia, Sarah, ia at the end makes it a would. Okay. So
Okay.
maybe we have actually reviewed this before. So how would you say I would like?
Yo gustaría.
Me gustaría.
Oh yes, me
Me
gustaría.
gustaría. Fantastic. Okay, so I think you got it. Me gustaría. Perfect. Um, okay. Do you know how to say blocks? Like 1 block away from here.
Oh, we talked about this and
We
it was
definitely, yeah, we
cuatro.
talked about it a while back.
Is it cuatro or
Cuadra.
cuarto?
Cuadra.
It's okay. I know. I'm like I know it's not cuatro because that's four, but I can see the word.
Yeah, cuadra.
Cuarta,
Cuadra.
like
Cuadra.
quadrant. Okay,
Yeah, cuadra.
quadra. Okay.
Perfect. Very good. Una cuadra. Okay, okay. Do you know how to say left, right?
Izquierda is left, derecha is right.
Perfect. Do you know how to say turn?
Ooh, I do not remember turn.
Okay, read that sentence again and maybe you'll find the word.
Let's see. Was it the one where Emily was saying no, not prefería en el metro? It's the next one, the next section.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Let's not cerca. This que- Is it Gire?
Gire. Very good. Very good job.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Excelente. Now, hacia, Sarah, desde aquí camine 2 cuadras hacia el norte por esta calle. Desde aquí is from here. And then he says walk 2 blocks. And then that hacia, let me type it down real quick.
And I'm trying to find where it is. Sorry.
Hacia, right here.
Oh,
I'm
here it
putting
is.
it
Okay, I
right
see
here.
it.
So that one means towards, okay?
Okay.
Towards the north. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and then that desde again, what does that mean?
Desde aquí. Oh, I don't know because I'm looking at it for context and I think I'm still thinking of it wrong.
Or what do
Like
you
it's
think
not
it
going
would
to
mean?
be, it's not like start here and then walk
From here.
from here. Desde
Or,
is
I mean, it
from.
could even be like starting here in a way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it actually means from.
Okay.
That's the best
And para
translation.
is from too, right? Para.
P, what was it?
Is it is there another word for from in Spanish other than desde that starts with a P?
D, with the D, and it's also de. De means
Oh,
from as well.
DE. So I'm way off. Okay. I think para is for.
For, for.
Okay. I was like, I'm mixing something up. Desde
Same,
and
same
de
with,
are from.
same with por and para. Both of them mean for, depending on certain contexts. They change. Okay, let's continue. Now, do you have any questions about the vocabulary here? Okay.
No, that yeah, I just gotta work on the ones we worked on today.
Okay.
Desde. Yes.
Okay, so what is debo here? What is debo and then tomar?
Y que línea debo tomar? I know tomar is to take.
Perfect. Here.
Debo, let's see, y que línea. And what
So with my
line?
students, what I'd say that, like for them to remember, what I always tell them is that deber is like, eh, think about this, like it really looks like the word debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you say debo, that means I owe or I must. So this person is saying,
Oh,
what line must I
must I
take?
take? Okay.
Or should I take, of course, in English. In English, you would say more like should. And
Okay.
actually, for you to transform that debo to a should, sorry, to transform that must to a should, what do you think we would have to do?
Debería?
There we go. That was fantastic. Yes, very good. Yeah. You didn't cheat, right?
Okay.
You didn't check it like, like Google.
No, I
That
just
was
honestly,
very
you
good.
took me all the way back to high school where I
Very
learned
good.
would and should, and I forgot.
Perfect.
So yes, debería.
Perfect. There we go. Ah, okay, so it was somewhere stored in the brain. I love
Yes,
when that happens, honestly, because
me too.
I went to France like 3 months ago, something like that.
Hmm.
And I took French for 2 years. And I started speaking French after like, oh my God, I don't know, like 7, 8 years of studying it. I
Hmm.
rarely ever used it, rarely ever. And yeah, no, it was really crazy because all the things were coming up and I was like, how do I even remember? Like where is this information?
It's
Like
like your brain just like
it's
opens
so
a file.
it's hilarious. I was like, whoa, I didn't know I knew that. So cool. Okay, so let's continue. Um Okay, okay. Now, um, let's read this one more time and tell me if you understand. Of course, there's a lot of names there that are just
Hmm.
weird, that, they're just supposed to be names, so they don't really have any meaning. But tell me if there is any word that catches your attention there.
Okay. This little Bible. Aga is there.
Um, do. It's telling that
Do.
person to do I don't even know how to say that in English, but to go from one line to another.
Okay, so they're saying like transfer to the. Okay.
Yes, transfer. That is
Okay.
the word, transfer.
Okay, so that's to do.
Mhm. It comes from hacer. Have you ever heard hacer?
Yes, I think the G threw me off because I know hacer, but I
Yes,
guess so it becomes
it's
aga.
irregular. Yes.
Okay.
If you are telling someone to do something, it becomes haga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that threw me off.
That's why, because it's giving directions. When we give directions, we use something completely different from the present tense.
Okay, I'm gonna have to practice that.
No, we haven't even gone through that. It's just
Okay.
so the way I'm doing this, it's kind of weird because there is a lot of words that we're not really familiar with in terms of conjugations. But I think
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather give you the phrase so you just kind of know it, and then you learn why or how, right? But that way you first know what to say or what people are saying, and then you can learn the logic behind it or the math behind it, let's say.
That's actually been more helpful to me than when I learned it the opposite way. So I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
because
Uh,
yeah, I mean conjugations, I could spend years teaching you conjugations and then you would never actually see what an actual conversation looks like. You
right.
might know the theory very well, but you might have no idea how to even put it together or how it even looks. So the reason why we would be using that instead of a regular present tense here is because this person is giving an order, a command, and in language that is called imperativo. Now, that
Okay.
is a whole new different tense. That is not the present tense, it's not the past tense, it's not the future tense. It's orders and commands, and that is known as imperativo. But again, you don't need it. You need it if
Right.
you like to understand it in this kind of superficial way. But understanding it from within won't help you really speak Spanish, right?
Right.
So that's how I see it. All right, love, is there any other word? Oh, before you even tell me, I would love for you to tell me what is al lado.
Oh, isn't that next to?
Amazing, very good. And what do you think está justo al lado, like this whole phrase?
Okay, la estación de autobús is justo is throwing me off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only word I don't know.
Right. What do you think, though? Like when you see
Okay,
it that
listen, listen.
way?
Yeah, about the it's next to, but justo is what I think it's next to. And I'm like,
Mm,
yeah, I cannot get the context of the justo out of
the
that.
justo. So, justo makes it just, right? So it's just right next to it.
Okay, so it's like an extra, I forget what you call that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I know
Yeah,
what
I
you're
guess
talking
to
about.
emphasize, right?
Yes,
It's right there. It's like right
justo is
next
just
to it.
okay.
Right next to it. So
Okay.
I guess in English it could be right in that context.
Okay. That makes sense.
You're tired,
Whew,
Sarah.
I am tired.
Um,
Feels like I am
es-
not missing class.
estás en tu casa
Sí.
y bueno, es que tienes un niño, ¿no? ¿Tu niño tiene 1 año?
No, mi hijo es con uh his why did I forget his TT, his tia.
Ah, con su tía. Ah, Okay. Oh,
Sí.
okay. Pero por qué estás cansada? ¿Mucho trabajo hoy o con el niño?
Sí, y mi hijo,
Ujú,
earlier en
ujú.
un día, ¿cómo se dice earlier en español?
Am,
Like earlier in the day. I was with him earlier today.
Estaba con mi hijo hace un rato. Hace un rato would be
Hace,
like a while back.
a while
Hace
back.
is
Okay.
like hace is actually comes from that exact same verb with it, which is do, right? So
Hmm.
when you say hace un rato, it's like saying it has been or it makes a while. So it makes a
Hace
while,
un rato. Okay.
hace un rato. You know how we say hace calor? We also say
Sí.
like it makes heat. It's very weird, but we say like it's making or it's doing heat. It's making heat. So it's doing a while. It has been a
Okay.
while. So this hace, very important, Sarah, whenever you see this hace with time, it's going to be a go. So it's kind of like the same structure. It just we just put the hace at the beginning. So
Okay.
take a wild guess and tell me what you think that a minute ago would would
Hace un minuto.
there we go. Perfect. You got it. A year ago?
Hace un año.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I
Mhm.
would have never guessed that was the way to say that.
It's very weird. All of my students, they start well, like when they speak a little bit more Spanish, like they're not completely beginners, they always say something like un año en el pasado, which is not completely wrong. I mean, someone would understand that, but
Hmm.
it's like saying, for example, me, like I'm speaking English, right? Instead of me saying a year ago, I tell you a year in the past. So you would just be like, okay,
Right.
I understand it, but that's not how I would say it, right?
Right.
So,
That makes sense.
so yeah. Okay, perfect. Now, let's get a little bit more into the little words in here. Okay, so
Okay.
figure it out. Está al lado, and we also learn justo, um, which is like just or right. Justo could also be fair, like God is fair, like Dios es justo, sort of
It
just.
always makes me think of just in
Mhm.
English.
It is also like justice, right? Like justicia. So if you ever see that, it could also be that. Now, baje, have you ever heard abajo?
See,
So in terms of metro, like in terms of subway, what do you think? This baje en la estación Pino Suárez.
I think it's saying like to go down into the station. So you go down into
Getting off.
Estacion.
Getting
Oh, it's
off at
getting
the station.
off.
Yes, getting off at the station Pino Suárez.
Oh.
So in Spanish, when it comes to transportation, we get in, we get up. Well, actually, we don't get in. We actually get up. And when we get off the bus, off the taxi, off the plane, we always say get down. So we get down
I'm
out
having
of the.
trouble with that because we've gone over that, but it is hard. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
I
it's
think
not
we did
odd.
talk
It's
about it.
different.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm just having
subir is
trouble.
going up and bajar is
Okay.
to get down, right? To go down. It could be like going downstairs, bajar las escaleras.
Okay.
Or subir las escaleras, the exact same idea.
Okay.
Okay.
But for here, because I was thinking go down in, so I thought I had it, but it's to get off at a stop.
Get it
Baja.
because we're talking about the metro, because we're talking about the subway.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh.
Okay. Now, what is aproximadamente?
Approximately.
Perfect. Yeah. So do you see here the pattern? Remember how to say easily?
Fácilmente.
Perfect. Okay. So that makes us, guess or come to the conclusion that
Like Lee, the ly in English is mente in Espanol.
perfect. There we go. Could you think of any other example that follows the
Let's
structure?
see, approximately. Mente. Rápidamente.
Perfect. There we go. There we go. Very, very good job. All right. Um, okay. I think that's pretty much it. You know what ayuda means?
To help, or ayuda is help.
Help. Yeah, very
Hmm.
good. Ayudar would be to help, right?
To help.
But
Yeah.
ayuda would be the noun. Yeah, very good. Dependiendo, depending on the traffic, right? So
Hmm.
dependiendo, it has that ing tense, the yendo or the ando. So depending on the traffic. So the thing with Spanish though, instead of saying that depending on, because in Spanish we would, sorry, in English we would say on. In English, in Spanish, oh my God, in Spanish we would say off. Okay, so depending off
Oh,
the traffic, because remember that
like
de
OF of.
OF, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because
Depending of the
DE
traffic.
though, DE could be either D, sorry, could be either from or off. So
Okay.
that's why we say depending off the traffic. So
Okay.
it would be like this. You know, Playa del Carmen is like saying like Beach of the Carmen because that day is like off, belonging, right?
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So depending off the traffic instead of depending on the traffic. Okay, what about que tenga un buen viaje? What does that mean?
Que tenga un buen. I know it's a good trip.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gotta get the
So,
beginning. So you're
so
welcome, señorita. You're welcome, miss. Is it saying like, I feel like it's saying have a good trip,
yeah,
but that's
that's
not what it's
exactly it.
saying. Okay. I'm like,
That's
that's not the
exactly what
direct
it is.
translation, but
So
yeah.
again, it's not the present tense, it's not the past tense, and it's not the future. I am wishing you well. So that's a whole tense
Mm,
on its own. And in
right.
grammar terms, this one is called subjuntivo. Okay. So why? Because I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you something. So the other one that I was telling you about was more of a command. Do this, do that, get up, get down. You know, now this one is it's also kind of giving you a command, but it's giving you a friendly command, right? Like have
Mhm.
a nice day, have a good trip. Now, when that happens, we use subjuntivo.
So que tenga in English.
Yep,
Is it like you have or I hope you have? Is it because it's not a
exactly.
command? So it's
Yes, it's like
so
I
I could say
hope you have. Very good. That's the best way to translate it.
I hope.
I
Okay, I
hope you
hope you
have or
have
may you have. I
or
hope
may
you
you
have,
have.
may you have a good trip.
So
Very
que tenga is like a phrase versus que being
exact,
what? It's que tenga.
exactly. It is
Okay, that's
a
what was throwing me off.
phrase. Mhm.
Okay.
Just like we say in English, like, oh, like, I don't know. Hmm. Like, that's so cool. That's so is just to emphasize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else do we have? Oh, for example, do you like pizza? And then you say, yes, I do. That do also emphasizes. Or for example, yes, I do like pizza. Let's imagine that you're saying like, I do like pizza. If you take the do and you just say, yes, I like pizza, like the meaning doesn't change whether you add that do or take it out, right? So
Right.
that do, what pretty much what it does is just to emphasize, to reinforce in a way that you actually like it, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense.
So that can doesn't necessarily have any particular translation or any particular purpose rather than just like emphasizing. All right, let's continue. All right, so here we have a lost dog. Okay,
Oh no.
okay. Now we're looking for help for a stray dog.
Okay. Is callejero like stray?
Yes, from the streets. Makes sense,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Callejero. Another quick thing, because I'm a little bit nerdy and I like teaching my students a little bit of this little tricks with the language. Um, do you know what a cashier, I never know how to pronounce this word. How do you say it? Cashier?
Cashier? Mm-hmm.
Cashier? Okay. Do you know what they're called?
No, I do not know cashier.
So we say cajero.
Cajero.
Cajero, and which is also an ATM. It's funny.
That's
Um,
confusing. I mean, that makes sense. Logically, it makes sense.
in a
Cajero.
way, yeah, cajero.
Yeah.
So that ero is at times, not always, but like a job, okay?
Okay.
So someone who sells meat. Give me a wild guess here. How
Panejero.
uh
Panajero.
carnicero. Carnicero.
Canicero. Okay.
Carnicero. It
Canicero.
changes slightly. It changes slightly. Okay, now the taco guy. How would you call the taco person who sells you tacos?
Tacocero. O
Taquero. Taquero.
taquero. Okay.
Yeah, I think that
I
was
see what
the
you're saying.
second
That's
thing you
like,
were gonna do, I think. You were gonna
yeah.
say that. Taquero. All right. Now, the person, we have a joke in Mexico. I mean, I think everywhere the people have a joke like this. But when your child doesn't look like you, like the father, they say that it is the son of whom? Eh, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Um, I don't know. Because I feel like hijo cero, it doesn't make sense.
What would that be?
Hijo cero, but that doesn't make sense.
Who would this person be? I don't understand. Who?
Well, I can
What do
only
they
think
sell?
like,
What do they sell?
no, no, because you said it's like you don't know who the father is.
Yeah, when no, like when the kid doesn't look like the father. There is a joke in Mexico that the kid would be the son of
I
what
don't
kind
know
of
that
person?
show.
No, in Mex
Mm-mm.
in the States you don't have it?
I don't think so. You have to tell me what it is, but
The
no, I'm not.
milkman, right? The milkman or not?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh, the milkman. Yes.
yes.
Man, I
Yeah,
hadn't heard
yeah.
that forever.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You
Okay.
know how to say that though in Spanish? Or any idea?
Le is it lecero? Because I feel like it's not
Yeah,
lechecero.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not
Lechero. Lechero.
lechero.
Very
Oh,
good.
okay. Man, I haven't heard that
Lechero,
forever.
taquero. Um, well, actually, a banker, take a wild guess.
I don't even know how to say banker in Spanish.
Think,
Disero?
think about, oh, you're doing like dinero, yeah. No, think about a bank. How do you say bank in Spanish?
I don't remember how to say bank.
Oh, it's so easy. It's so similar to
So,
English.
banque?
Banquero. Very good.
Okay, so banquero. Okay.
Banquero
There's a
would be
banquero.
the person. Now, banco would be the place where he works out
Banco,
at. Banco.
banquero. Okay.
Exactly. Mhm. Very good. So sometimes those are the jobs, and that's how they work, okay?
Oh, okay.
Cajero.
That's good to know.
Not always, of course. Some jobs have nothing to do with the structure.
Well, just like stray dog is random.
Callejero. Yeah, kind of random. All right, love. Can you
Mhm.
read and you're gonna be John, all right?
Yes. Do you want me to start with the situación and then read from
Sí, por
there?
favor.
Okay. John camina por las calles de la Ciudad de México cuando encuentra el perro callejero y herido,
Herido. Very good.
herido. Decide pedir ayuda a un local.
Very good. What is encuentra?
Encuentra,
Which comes from the verb
when,
encontrar.
oh, man, I'm trying to remember. We talked about this the other day.
Mhm. Yeah,
Encuentra.
it's a
And I had
verb.
it wrong. And that's why I'm like, I'm trying to, let's see, when,
I don't remember you getting it wrong though.
or maybe I didn't because I feel like it's to enter.
Oh no. I
But
don't
no,
remember you saying that though. That's
maybe
right.
I had it right and I don't remember now. I'm like having trouble even
Find. To
to
find.
find. I'm thinking buscar, okay, but it's also
Buscar
to
is to
find,
look for.
to look for and oh, you're right, it is.
Exactly.
Now I
They're
remember. Okay,
different. Exactly. So
okay.
buscar looking
To find,
for.
to look for.
Exactly. And encontrar to find. That's why they're
Okay.
different. All right. Now, okay, so can you translate that sentence?
John, let's see, Camila, walks the streets in the city in Mexico City
Mhm.
when he wants to find his
When he
when
finds.
he finds a stray dog.
Perfect. Very
He
good.
has to decide if he's able to help.
No, he decides, he does make the decision, the choice.
He decides, okay,
To what?
well, to help un local, like help a local.
He
That doesn't
decides
seem
to
right.
ask for help to a local.
Okay, so he decides to ask a local for help. He finds the stray dog. He decides
Exactly.
to ask a local. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. That makes sense. Yeah. Very,
Okay,
very good. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Can you read the first part?
sure. Hola, disculpa, encontré un perro en la calle que, let's see, parece
Ujú,
estar herido.
ujú.
¿Sabes dónde puedo llevarlo para que lo atienda un veterinario?
Veterinario.
Veterinario.
One more time.
Para que lo atendía un veterinario. That one is getting me.
Ujú.
Veterinario.
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 That was perfect.
Oof.
Veterinario is a vet, of course.
Okay.
Ujú. Now, um, atienda, para que lo atienda.
Let's see.
¿Ok? Buenas tardes. Lamento escuchar eso. Hay una clínica veterinaria a unas 5 cuadras de aquí, en la calle Juárez. Se llama Clínica Veterinaria San Francisco.
Gracias. ¿Sabes si atienden a perros callejeros?
General,
Callejeros.
muy bien. Generalmente sí. Muchas clínicas ofrecen servicios para animales sin dueño. Le recomiendo que llame antes para confirmar.
¿Tienes el número de teléfono?
Sí,
O letra. Okay.
ujú, sí, es el 55 124 5678.
Perfecto. ¿Puedo ya ver el perro en taxi?
Sí, pero asegúrese de que el perro esté seguro y tranquilo durante el viaje.
Entiendo. Muchas gracias por tu ayuda.
De nada. Espero que el perro se recupere pronto.
Okay.
Excelente. Okay, there's a lot of different words here. Okay. Okay, so what is encontré?
Encontré. You look for?
That's buscar. Buscar.
Oh, you find. I'm going to keep mixing those up. Okay. To find, to look for.
Ujú.
So you found.
Exactly. I found. That's what
Well,
he
I
said.
found. So he's saying, but encontré. Oh, I'm thinking te, and it's re. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, I found. Okay.
Perfect. Encontré un perro en la calle que parece estar herido. Now, parece. Have you ever heard that before?
No, this was my first time.
Parece means it looks like or it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And then herido means wounded or injured.
Okay.
Is that how you say injured? No, injured or
Injured. Mm-hmm.
injured. Okay, injured.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I found a dog, a street dog that seems like or it looks like he's hurt or he's injured. Now, what is the question?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's gonna be, do you know
Very good.
how, well, I know that's blocks. Wait, no, I skipped a line. Do you know if I'm able to take him to a vet?
Very good. So he's asking dónde.
Do you know where I can take him to a vet?
Very good. Perfect. Mhm. Now this person says, Buenas tardes, lamento escuchar eso. What is this?
Good afternoon, Lamenta. I'm sorry to hear
Perfect. Very
this.
good.
Yes.
Okay, then he continues.
There is a veterinary clinic 5 blocks from here on Juarez Street. It's called the San Francisco Veterinary Clinic.
Perfect. Mhm. Now, something that we didn't go through is atender, okay? Atender is to attend, but not necessarily, right? Because in English, to attend means to like attend an event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spanish attending um, could also be giving attention to something, like providing a service.
Okay.
So, for example, I don't know, say that you're gonna get your nails done and you want to know if they can accept or attend you or give you a service without having a previous reservation, without booking a spot. So you could say, atienden. Do you guys attend? Do you guys give service? Atienden sin citas. Now, citas are appointments.
Right.
So do you give service? Do you attend without a appointment? So this person was asking, do you know where I can take him for him to be attended, for him to be taken care of?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, what is the other one? Una clínica veterinaria. Oh, do you know if they attend? Do you know if they give service to what?
To stray dogs.
Perfect. Very good. Now we already know this mente thing, right?
Generally.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, let's continue.
Let's see. So say generally, yes. Many clinics offer services for, I guess, animals without a home,
Owner without an
without
owner.
an owner. Sin dueño. Oh,
Very
dueño's
good.
owner.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can use owner as restaurante, dueño de restaurante, dueño de un hotel, dueño de una cafetería, dueño de una casa, dueño, right? So
Okay.
dueño de la casa, dueño de la casa, the owner of the house, dueño de la casa would be pretty
Hmm.
much a landlord.
Okay.
Now that's a little bit more formal, slightly more formal because it's not the most formal way to refer to a landlord. Now, a very casual and common way to call someone from a landlord. Remember that little trick I showed you with the taco and taquero, the person who sells tacos?
Hmm.
If you were to give a wild guess, the person who has a home would be called
Casacero.
casero. Very good.
Casero. Okay.
Casero. Casero is like the owner, the homeowner. It again, it's very slangy. It's very informal. But if you're gonna be talking to people, that's mostly what they're gonna probably say.
Right.
El casero. El casero is like the landlord. Okay? Now, this person is recommending something. What are they recommending?
That you call first to confirm.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, what is this person asking here?
Am I able to take the dog in the taxi?
Perfect. Okay. Yes, but what?
Let's see. I know that they're saying as long as the dog is calm during the trip, but the first
Very
part is
good.
saying more than
Asegúrese.
that.
Now,
Okay.
asegúrese, it looks like seguridad, which is security. like
Mhm.
secure, right? So
Okay.
asegúrese, this person is giving again a command to this person. It's a friendly command, but still a command. It's
Mhm.
saying, make sure of the dog being safe, being secure, and being chill when.
During the trip.
Perfect. All right. Now, what do you think? Que se recupere pronto. Espero que el perro se recupere pronto.
Thank you. I hope the dog recovers quickly.
There we go. Perfect. All right. So something important here is espero que. Okay?
Mhm.
Espero que is I hope that.
Okay.
Espero que. I hope that. I wish for you. And that's why also it looks a little bit weird here. Espero que and then se recupere. Like all these extra little words. It's because this is again not a present tense, not a future tense, not a past tense. It's called subjuntivo. A very its very own thing, like very unique, let's say.
Makes sense.
All right, let's go super quick with this quick interaction that I did with the other class.
Okay.
This scenario is about the market. Going to the market, we're buying ingredients for a green juice. Right, let's read the situation. I am going to be the salesperson. Same thing.
Okay. Emily vista un mercado local en
Visita. Visita.
visita. Oh, I need to
There we
make this a
go.
little bigger.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
on my
Let me do it as well. So
Oh, thank you. Emily visita un mercado local en la Ciudad de México para comprar ingredientes frescos para preparar un jugo verde en casa. Buenos días. Estoy buscando ingredientes para hacer un jugo verde. ¿Podrías ayudarme, por favor?
claro que sí. ¿Qué ingredientes necesitas?
Quiero espinacas, pepino, piña, nopal, apio, manzana verde y un poco de jengibre,
Jengibre.
jengibre.
Perfect. There we go. Ok, perfecto. Tengo espinacas frescas a 20 pesos el manojo, pepinos a 10 pesos cada uno, piña dulce a 25 pesos la pieza, nopales limpios a 15 pesos el kilo, apio a 18 pesos el manojo, manzanas verdes a 55 pesos el kilo, jengibre fresco a 30 pesos el cuarto de kilo.
Excelente. ¿Cuántos pepinos y manzanas me recomiendas para un litro de jugo?
Para un litro, con un pepino y dos manzanas verdes es suficiente.
Perfecto. ¿Podrías darme un manojo de espinacas, un pepino, media pina, medio kilo de nopales, un manojo de apio, dos manzanas verdes y un poco de jengibre? I didn't say it right.
¿Ya? Muy bien. Claro que sí,
Oh,
aquí tienes todo. ¿Algo más que necesites?
no, eso es todo. ¿Cuánto te debo?
En total son 110 pesos.
Aquí tienes. Muchas gracias por tu ayuda.
Gracias a ti, que disfrutes tu jugo verde. Ok, now
What
let's
is
go.
that word mean? What is that food?
¿Jugo verde?
The one I was having trouble with.
Ah, jengibre.
Jengibre.
Ah, ginger.
Ginger. I love ginger. Jengibre. Okay.
Same. It's my favorite.
Jengibre.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Yes.
freaking yeah, ingredient. That and
Yeah, especially
garlic.
for Jesus. Yes, and
I
garlic is amazing.
love garlic. I put garlic on everything.
Same.
I put garlic in my Nutella crepes. That's how much I love it.
Oh my, oh, you really love
No,
garlic. I have
no,
not
I'm
tried
joking. I'm joking.
that. I was about to say I wouldn't have done
I put garlic in my ice cream.
that.
All right. So, what are these words? Is there any word here that you don't know? I mean, I'm sure there's a
Um,
couple, but
so let's see. I'm assuming spinach, peppers, pineapple, nopal. I'm forgetting what that is.
cactus.
Cactus, because I love cactus. I was like, I know that word.
Mm-hmm.
Apio, I haven't seen that before.
Celery. It's a very
I hate celery.
specific.
That's why I don't know
You
that
hate
one.
celery?
I hate the smell, the taste. So okay, cactus,
Oh
celery,
my
green
goodness, I love
apple.
cellary.
Can't do it. It's all yours. But I think I know the rest of them, and then a little bit of ginger.
Don't you
Okay.
love celery with some freaking peanut butter? Oh my God, I love
When
that.
I was a kid, I did that, and then I did the raisins on top, and we used to call
Oh,
it
okay.
ants on
Ants
a
on the
log.
log. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know that.
but
Yeah.
I don't like it anymore. I don't know what
Oh
it's
my
for.
God, I love it. It is one of my favorite things in the world, I swear to God. I love ants on a log. All right, so yeah, that would be celery. And then,
Let's see. And then after celery, there's green apples and a little bit of ginger.
perfect.
I'm trying to see if there's any other words I didn't recognize. Uh, I guess manojo, is that like a
Oh,
bun
yeah.
bunch of spinach or bust
Yes,
like yeah,
yes, a
spinach bunch?
bunch. Exactly. We
Okay.
did talk about that last time, I think, as well. I'm not so sure.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rest I knew it was just some of the ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, okay. Okay, what about the phrases? Are we good with that?
I think I'm good with the phrases. It was just, yeah, some of the ingredients I wasn't sure
All
about.
right, what is suficiente?
I think it's sufficient. I'm just trying to find it to make
Exactly.
sure.
Enough.
Yeah, enough. Yeah.
Sufficient enough. Very good. All right, love. Well, I will have to get going because I have a class right next to this one, right now, right after. But it's been such a pleasure to have you, and I will see you Wednesday, ¿ok?
I'll see you Wednesday. Have a good day.
Que tengas un excelente día. Que tengas.
Gracias. Que tengas un excelente, okay, excelente día.
Excelente día. Excelente.
Yes.
Chao, chao.
Chao.
Buen día.